Next project. See that door? We're gonna go up there and add some insulation. There's always a catch to this sort of thing. You're watching On the Mark with Mark. When this house was built, they did a row of trusses that come straight out from the house. See that gable there where the fireplace is at the end of? That area on this end here, that's our family room. That's insulated very well on top of it. The front half of this is the garage, and it has almost no insulation on it. But what's worse is they sheathed this whole part of the garage as they were building it, and then they came in with these trusses and came into the roof here. So when you get in this part of the attic, there's plywood in the way, and you can't get into this part of the garage attic. So I'm gonna have to cut a hole through there so that I can get to the front half. So the other thing that's gonna make this tricky is, see that vent right there? That's actually open, and that's a good thing for an attic to have ventilation. But I've watched that for a while, and there's a bunch of hornets that go in and out of that vent. So those hornets are gonna have some company, and they're probably not gonna be too happy with me. So I got that to deal with too. This is gonna be so fun. I don't know if I can get 8 on. Oh, that's 4. I only need 8. I thought I needed 8 for all of these. Okay. That's good. I only... I don't think that to blow out, but just in case. Looks good. Score at Menards. We got the insulation we need. And the good old Baja is up to the task. Well, let's have a look, see what's going on up here. There's surprisingly a lot of light. Here's how it looks. Now, you can see that insulation there comes out about to here, and if you look down there, you can see where the back wall of the garage is. Really, there's not a lot of insulation up here. If you look down that way, that's what we need to insulate right there. And over here. And then if you look at the ceiling, you can see where the shingles are. The shingle nails are coming through and where they're not coming through. So we should be able to cut our hole through the ceiling without coming through the actual shingles. Now we got a few jobs to do in addition to putting out the insulation. One of them is sealing up a bunch of holes that are in the drywall here where the light fixtures came through, and there's an outlet for each of the garage door openers. I'm going to foam around those, and also the supports for the garage doors have got some pretty good size holes around them, so I'm going to foam those too. And then we have that electrical box to put the plate on, and I had a plate in stock, so that's cool. It's sitting over there, and I found some screws, so I'm going to be able to put that together. So let's get going. I'm not going to be able to talk much. Well, let's see how it goes. It's really dusty up here. I don't know how well that's coming through, but I'll try to keep the chit chat to a minimum, and you can just see what I'm doing here. So I think I'll start with those screws and the plate. Oh, for crying out loud. These screws are too small. Okay, I brought all the screws with me this time, but I think I've got a couple right here that might actually be the right size. Okay, we're gonna cover this bad boy up before we bury it in insulation. Come on, go on there. Okay, now we're gonna start doing some spray foaming. I am just about going blind up here with my safety glasses on. It just so happens there are no cars in the garage right now. I thought of that earlier, but it wasn't a plan I actually enacted. It just happened to be. Perfect. Okay, that's sealed up. All right, where's the next one? Okay. Okay, there should be one more down there. All right, here we go. Little foam around here. Maybe even up in here a little bit. I think that's got it pretty well sealed. Okay, and then there's at least one more over here. see this. This is a tiny hole. There we go. I can see the shingle nails clear back here, and the peak looks to be right in this bay right here. But I'm going to go in right here. There we go. Okay, there's one side. Okay, here we go. Okay, now ready with the insect spray. Why would that not want to come out? What do you think of that? Much time later. Man, I thought it was going to have heat stroke there. Whew! Okay, so here is the first look into the, oh my God, there's a bat in there. Oh man. Yep, they're hanging right on that screen. Right here. Alright. Ew. Ew. Okay. Let's look for that hornet's nest. Is it clear up here? No. Good. Okay. Oh, and there's two bats, and see the bats? Yeah, those are bats. Look at this. Look at all of these mud dauber nests up here. They are flipping everywhere. I'm not sure I'm really even seeing the active hornet's nest yet. Well, one of my sayings is coming true here. No job is ever as easy as it first appears. And I was able to get through that roof. And of course I found those bats. And luckily I did not find a bunch of hornets up there, so that's always nice. There still is the opportunity for that, but let's hope not. Okay. Well, we're only reading 82 degrees up here. It doesn't seem too bad. This is day 2. And the bats seem to be gone. But let's go see. I'm in the front section of the garage now for the first time. This is probably the first time anybody's been in here since the house was built. Seeing as how I had to cut a hole through part of the ceiling to get in here. No, don't worry. Oh, you are a big one. I see your fancy teeth there. Yep, you're going in this bucket, buddy. Yep, right up here. Come on. Or you could go outside. I'm fine with that. Yeah, go outside. See him crawling along here? Come on. Go outside. Or I'm going to grab you. I can just about get you right now. Come on, go for a flight. I'm fine with that. Yeah. Go on. Go on. You can get out. There you go. There you go. Okay. Come on. Come on. Get going. I got a bunch of pieces cut for this last row, which is only 18 inches wide. Otherwise, the insulation I bought is for 24-inch wide or spaced trusses. So that was a bunch of cutting. And I have this screen made up. Made a small frame here so that I can hopefully keep the bats out of here. I don't see any in here right now. They say that 1/4-inch screen, whoa, almost punched through. 1/4-inch screen is what you need to keep bats out. So that's what I have put together here. This one. Oh man. As soon as I start working, it just seems to get hot. All right, you stay up. It's not as fun as it looks. Let's see how it fits. Okay. All right, let's go get some more. Okay, second load. Just zipped open another bag of insulation. It was easier to fit it through the hole while it was still in the bag because they expand so much. I kind of got it. I got it trapped. Boy, this stuff is blocking my light. I can hardly see what's going on down there. I will admit this section of the garage probably doesn't look the greatest, but it's very difficult to access this area, and it's hot up here. So this is how it turned out, and this is how it's going to stay. There's my redo on that screen. Hopefully that'll keep the bats out. I need to build a catwalk in the attic now. With the insulation's going to be 12 inches thick now, so you won't be able to move around up there. So I started off and I made these guys, and then it dawned on me when I set that on top of a 12-inch rafter, it doesn't give me 12 inches. I don't know what I was thinking that the insulation thickness would be, but it's a lot thicker than I thought it would be. So these are all scrapped now, so that I hate to buy new lumber for something like this because it gets buried in the insulation and you never see this stuff again. So this is a good place for an old piece of wood. So I've already done the math on this, and at a 30-degree angle, if I cut these 20 and 7/16 inches long, I can get 5 out of this board. So here we go. I'm going to start in the middle on this just so I don't have to handle this 8-footer the whole time. So that'll make it a lot lighter. So I'm cutting a 30-degree angle, going right there. Okay, it's going to get real loud now because I'm going to turn on the dust collection. Cut. Brilliant, I know. Okay, so these are my spacer blocks, and I put a screw on either side, and those are going to sit on top of the 2x4s on the trusses in the attic of the garage. And then that will give me, that's actually will measure 12.5 inches, and the insulation is supposed to be 12 inches, so it gives me a 1/2 inch of clearance, which is just fine. And then the plywood planks that I have up there, they'll rest right on top of this. So an 8-foot plank with 24-inch spaced trusses. I need 5 for each one of the planks. So here's 10. These are ready to go. Okay, these are going to be the spacers to hold my catwalk up so that I can still get up here in the attic without having to step on or trample all of this insulation that we put in. Okay, now the deal is, each of these individually is really not very strong if you pull on them, but once I get the plank up here and then screw them all to the plank, then each one is kind of backed up by the next one, and then it's a very sturdy platform. We did the same thing in my dad's attic, and I was skeptical, but it turned out really well. Okay, I got the plank up here. Now I'm going to screw it to the spacers. Then we'll have a pretty safe platform up here. I think I'm going to slide it down a little bit. It should be about halfway on this board. Here we go. And I'm gonna go down to the other end, put that one in. Okay, that end is on. I'll get a couple screws in here. Like that. And like that. Now a few more screws and we'll have a sturdy, safe place to stand. Okay, we're gonna put up another platform. This one's gonna go over on this side, closer to the hole that I made into the front part of the attic. So I think, my son-in-law Ben just showed up, so things should really start happening now.
Oh.
Okay, it's all done. We'll have a little look around here. There's a platform I built out there. That's halfway to that access hole I put in for that front section of the attic. Now, I may need to get in there again someday if I ever want to put some motion detector lights on the front of the garage or something else like that. So if I do, I may build another piece to the bridge to get over there. But here we are, it's full. We had plenty of insulation. I needed like 2 pieces out of the last bundle, so that's kind of bad, but all I'm doing is I'm just kind of stacking them up extra thick along here. Some areas, the original insulation, that's over the family room right there. That's what was put in 1988 when the house was built. And this is what my son-in-law Ben and I just got through putting in. The way this door gets insulated, and this is a little tricky, I'm gonna put it in here, and then this piece of insulation lays on top like that. Slide over. There we go. Well, that wasn't easy, but it's finished. So that's great. Here was kind of the catalyst behind doing that job. I added an electric heater on the ceiling of the garage here a couple of years ago. And occasionally in the winter, I will turn that thing on just to melt the snow and the ice off of the cars. And there's always at least once in the winter when a car breaks down, something needs to be done. I had to replace a alternator one time in the dead of winter. And anyway, there's always something. And I've always wanted to have a heated garage that I could work on a car in the winter if I had to. And this garage made it as close to possible as I could have gotten so far. The only thing is the ceiling wasn't insulated. So now it's insulated. Now when I put some heat in this garage, it'll stay in this garage and it won't be so expensive to heat. Now, when I put this in, I had the idea to mount a switch on the wall that would turn it on and off. And then the thermostat was mounted right on the heater itself right there. Well, a friend of mine, we'll call him Max, he said, why not just take that thermostat off and mount that down on the wall? Because doesn't it have an on-off switch on it? And I thought, damn, that's a good idea. So that's what I did. So right down here, there it is. That's the switch and the thermostat for it. And it didn't cost me almost anything extra because I had to buy a plate and a box for the switch I was gonna put there. A little extra wire, you can see that thin wire that's coming out. That's the control wire for the heater. The heavy one actually is the power for it because it does draw a lot of power. So we can call it job done. Excellent. Thanks for watching. On the mark with Mark. Thanks.